Hello, this is Maximum Liberty. You can call me Max. I would like to preface this by saying that I'm not a religious person. What I am is a truther. My channel started out with this 9/11. I like trying to figure out riddles. And I believe, unless you can show me a better argument, that I can show you the truth about the mark of the beast, believe it or not. We're going to start with Revelation, particularly 13, 16, 18, whatever that means. That to be marked on the right hand or the forehead so that no one can buy or sell unless he has the mark. That is the name of the beast or the number of his name. This calls for wisdom. Let the one who has understanding calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Really interesting. For years, I thought it was very curious. What's interesting about this verse is Nostradamus also basically says the same thing. This is the number of a man, and his number is 666. What is really this is going to become eerie. First of all, no one can argue that the US dollar is something that the whole world needed to buy and sell. At least they do now, and it has been like that for some time. In fact, has a woman ever appeared on any of the US dollars? Some crumbs there. Excuse me. No, it is the number of a man, my friends, that one needs to buy and sell, of course. And by the way, most eerily of all, how does the United States dollar appear on the Forex? If you were to go to officially trade the dollar for another currency, like the Canadian dollar or Australian dollar, oh, it's the USD, my friends. It's literally the United States. Guess what? Dollar. Did you figure it out? It's 666. It is frighteningly something that everyone needs to buy and sell that never has a woman. It's the number of a man. And believe it or not, the number is actually 666 officially. Excuse me for shaking that. It's the United States dollar. How creepy is that? And if you're not convinced, I have another thing to show you. And for that, we're going to come back over here. If you simply Google the term Mark of the Beast Bible Scripture, what comes up? The classical Greek word teragma, translated as mark of the beast, in Revelation 13:16 can also mean what, guys? It can also mean any mark engraved, imprinted, or branded, stamped money, document, or coin. You are kidding me. And furthermore, if you're not convinced yet, of course, you may have noticed on your left hand or your forehead. I'm not exactly sure what that means. So there's still some mystery here, which is, mystery's always cool. But I suspect it might mean you're either carrying your cash on hand or you have it in the bank. It's in your head. It's a number that's in your head. People know that's how much money they have in their bank, frankly. That's not a number that I would guess that many people forget very easily. It's in your head. But talking about the engraving, this is a literal marking. And what does it say here? Novus ordo seclorum. Literally new world, not new world order, but it's not far off. It's new order of the ages or something like that. Wow, and it even has the all-seeing eye. My friends, look no further to see the eye of the beast. It looks at us now. And in fact, I almost forgot to mention, many people that are uneducated might think, okay, what's the big deal about the dollar, though? It's a currency that's being, oh, yeah? Do you know how much grief will become of this dollar? I have a video that I'll put a link to, something I was not even aware of. Empty baseball stadiums. Is that how could that be possibly linked to the dollar? Because of COVID, you're not allowed to gather at a baseball game. America's pastime. It's ungodly. And I have a video, Ron Paul, just from a day or two ago, talking about how the Federal Reserve has so much clout, so much power that they can pick and choose who they want to do favors for and work with, and they can make or break your day. And even something like whether you're allowed to have fans in the stand at a baseball game. Ron Paul, yeah, it's not me telling you this, Ron Paul. I'll put a link to the video. You have a listen to how much grief, how much sway the United States dollar has. Just Google the Federal Reserve if you're really new. Start looking into it, my friends. Start looking into it. Thank you, everybody. And by the way, this is the one. And before you comment, yeah, well, I think it's the jab. Okay, well, how do you get 666 from the jab? Because I have this debate with people. How do you get 666? How is the jab a number of a man? Where, look, as far as I'm concerned, the truth about the mark of the beast is that the closest thing you'll find is what you're witnessing in this presentation of mine. Now, if you have any suggestions of what the forehead or the right hand means, or there are other verses talking about there's 7 heads and 10 arms or something like, look, I'm not an expert, but I wouldn't be surprised if upon further research, you find that there are 7 Federal Reserve banks in America, and there are 10 members of each bank. I would not be surprised. Why, friends? Because I see what's coming. This is the one that's going to screw people over. This is the one that you do not want to be holding when this goes bad. It's perfectly believable that the destruction of the US dollar is very much what our ancestors or Jesus or whoever made this prophecy, that's what they were seeing. The death of the dollar, but not even the death of the dollar. Even, like I said, now that it hasn't even, the currency hasn't even destructed yet and caused the biblical mayhem that it's going to, just look at already how much grief it's causing. Thank you, Maximum Liberty. You can simply call me Max for short. Thank you.